Hello.
Hi.
Gone early. Oh, I tried to go before you were ready.
Yeah, I am ready.
But you're always ready.
I'm always ready.
He's George.
He's Angus.
We almost forgot to do that last week.
Yeah, but we didn't.
Almost. How's it going?
It's good.
Yeah.
How about you? How are you doing?
Yeah, doing alright. Doing the usual. The huge.
The huge.
Just the huge.
Yep, good.
Sorry for that. Slight over enthusiastic.
Welcome to Start of 10.
Yes, welcome. Welcome. You know what's going on now.
Should do.
We have a random news source. We actually, it's not so much random. We just try and find an interesting
It's random
news
sometimes.
story.
I often don't know what the plan is. Angus surprises me with news stories.
Or I just find something that I find interesting.
Sometimes we spot
the
something
unusual,
during the week.
the unusual things. And this week is no exception.
What have you got for us?
Are you
this
ready
week?
to start?
Yeah, I'm always ready.
I'll fade that off then.
Oh, nice. Nice. Nice.
What other podcast you get fades as smooth as that?
None.
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 None of us can touch. None of them can touch us.
No.
Right.
Okay.
We're going to Japan.
Japan.
Yeah, like only the Japanese can do. It's a story from The Guardian, but the story is a massage chair user has tweeted his plight after falling asleep and getting locked in a store.
Okay.
So he was he's obviously one of those Japanese shops where you go in and just use the massage chair.
But they have them here too, don't they?
Yeah,
Have them
like in airports.
Yeah.
Exactly. The Twitter user has posted, while he was trying to post a picture of him in his predicament, he set off the alarm.
What?
So basically, right, he fell asleep in the chair.
Well, the store alarm.
Yes. He fell asleep in the chair, and then he got locked in. So they didn't come.
How did they not notice him?
I don't know, but they didn't. The man identified, he live tweeted the whole event, like, as he was doing it.
In Japanese, I assume.
No, I don't know, maybe it's translated. But his handle is @_Asphodelos.
Asphodelos.
And he's like, oh man, I'm locked in, was his first tweet. And then...
that sounds very Japanese.
Yeah. Then he moved to try and get a photo of the situation. Obviously triggered the motion detection
Great.
in the shop, and therefore all the alarms went off. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, and
It's the sound of the police.
yeah, whoop, whoop. And yeah, then they had to come and let him out. So the staff came and let him out.
That's a ridiculous situation to be in. What would you do in that situation, though? You just have to sit there. Just put another pound in. Just be like, we've got another 20 minutes.
Well, no, because
till
it
police
wasn't
arrive.
one of those ones. It was like an appliance store. So he was essentially got locked in Curry's.
Oh, right.
And it was in. It turns out he was in the appliance. That district, Akihabara in Tokyo, is otherwise known as Electric Town, and their stores take a liberal stance to customers testing the equipment on display. Many people go there and take advantage of that with no intention to buy at all. So people just go and use the stuff. So it'd be a bit like going to Curry's and going and cooking your dinner in the microwave. Is essentially the equivalent we've got going on, with no intention of doing
I've got to do that one day.
Yeah.
Just bring my ready meal in.
Yeah.
It's all right, mate. It'll only be 3 minutes.
Taking it in a fork, pricking it, which is the loudest bang known to man as you pierce that plastic film. Bang, bang, bang! Just
brilliant.
to reheat a Tesco carbonara.
Tesco lasagna.
Lasagna.
Yeah.
Yeah, which you heat for 7 minutes and then you leave standing for 3 and it's still the hottest thing on planet
Yes.
Earth.
Hotter than a McDonald's apple pie.
Yes. 1200 degrees on the inside. Cheers, microwave. That's really what I wanted, wasn't it? Yes, but anyway, so this guy got locked in there.
That's fantastic.
You probably don't have any stories if you get locked in a...
I know people who have, but I've never been locked in a store.
I have a friend of mine who has a very similar tale where he live tweeted the event where he actually got locked in his own bathroom to the extent that he had to call the fire brigade.
What?
Well, because what else do you do?
Wait.
Yeah, but nobody was coming home. Or nobody was coming home for like
Okay, all right.
10
How
hours.
did he get locked in his own bathroom?
The door handle fell off.
Why didn't he fix it?
Well, if the other side of the door handle falls off, and the latch can just break on you. If the other side of the door handle falls off, you are actually stuck like that, unless you've got a screwdriver to take the faceplate off the thing and fix the internals, which most people don't tend to go to the toilet with a tool belt on.
You have like a pair of scissors in the bathroom though or something.
Yeah, but that's not going to cut it, really.
Window?
Well, second floor? You fancy your second floor store?
It's quite
jump?
a drop, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be so keen, but I might shout
Fire
out the
brigade,
window
then.
or whatever. So yeah, he fire brigaded.
Why didn't you just call a friend? They could have come in. I suppose if the front door was locked.
Yeah. And then
that is a tricky situation.
The funniest
to be
thing
in.
was the stream of tweets that came out from it when he was like,
"We're not going to name
stuck.
and shame."
No, I'm not naming and shaming. I'm stuck in the toilet, and then the shame was he's like, "I'm about to phone the fire brigade," and then he's like, "I can hear a siren. I hope it's not for me."
Oh God!
It's for me, and it's like
it's
coming closer, and the level, like the shame and the sudden realization that he was the one that summoned the Blues and Twos to come and get him out of the bathroom toilet because the handle locked on him.
Yeah, I've never been in that situation.
That's the most extreme situation of getting locked in your own house.
I think I would rather try and kick the door in than call the fire brigade.
You'd probably struggle.
Well, they open inside, don't they?
Yeah, and you think about the layout of most parts. Well, you're never going to be able to take a. You'd have to go through it to be able to do that.
Yeah, you would, wouldn't you?
And also think about the layout and the size of the average bathroom.
I did get locked out of my house once. I climbed into the house.
In?
Yeah.
Oh, I've gone back in.
Do you know that story?
No, hit us.
I climbed into the house once. Yeah,
Now, this is a first for us at Starter for 10. We never normally have to edit. As you know, it's unscripted, unedited chat for 40 minutes. But when both George and I proceed to give in-depth details of how to break into our houses, we decided that that's probably for the best we don't put that out on public record. So, we'll pick back up again from after we finish incriminating ourselves.
I think everybody has to break into their own house at some point. It's rite of passage.
I know what you meant though about sitting there afterwards and being like, "Can't believe I just did that."
What have I done?
And you kind of sit there feeling like you're some sort of mega criminal.
Yeah, the best criminal.
Yeah. Right now, we should probably go to a bank because I'm at peak robber here. This is as good as I'm going to get.
Yeah, that's.
This is it.
Yeah.
I'm primed. I'm ready.
Do it.
I think we can do it. We'll abseil in, crown jewels, off we go.
Yeah. Yeah, probably the crown jewels are probably too high for your first robbery. I want to go a bit lower than that.
Or maybe we've got it all wrong and everybody thinks that the crown jewels are really secure and actually it's not.
Yeah.
My sister sent me
Johnny English.
My sister sent me a picture the other day of a guard asleep in a museum. So what was he doing?
Sleeping.
Yeah, I know, but what was he supposed to be doing then? What was he guarding?
Not sleeping.
Something in the V&A. I don't know what they were going to see, but yeah.
Art.
Yeah, Victoria or Albert.
It's normally art, isn't it? It's a bit arty-farty in the V&A.
I'm not, to be honest.
It's a bit like weird and wonderful, like strange stuff.
Are you more of a science museum kind of guy?
I went to At Bristol recently.
Oh yeah, how was that?
I don't know. I feel like I mentioned that. I don't know. It was great. I love that place.
I went when I was younger, and they had that big wheel that you can run round and power
Still
the
there.
water thing. Yeah, I fell over in it, and my mate who was in it still kept running. I got friction burns, nearly went the whole way around the loop. Yeah,
it's really grippy.
Yeah, exactly. That rubber surface, I hooked up pretty well. I fell and sort of accelerated round.
Wow.
It's like it's like when somebody falls over on a treadmill and they go zoop, and shoot off the back of the room.
You went up and round.
Yeah, I went round.
Yeah, it's basically a human hamster wheel, and you run around in it, and it powers a water mill thing.
Yeah, you lifts
pump water or something. I don't know. I can't remember. I was only there the other week, but it's an awesome place. It's a science museum, but everything's interactive, so you literally fiddle with everything. It's great. Really good fun.
Good if you're a fiddler.
No comment.
I thought you were going to go for a horrible
No, I'm going to go no. I'm going to go no comment on that one.
He didn't bite.
Didn't bite the violin.
Didn't bite.
No.
Didn't even have a little nibble.
Or the piccolo.
Piccolo's
oh shit!
Tiny flute. A piccolo is like a 4-inch long flute.
Do you know what? I've never been good at telling my woodwinds from my strings.
They sound very different. I thought you could have gone woodwind from your brass or...
No, woodwinds from my strings. They're all the same, aren't they? They're all instruments I'm never going to be able to play, so...
Yeah, I'll go with that, but they aren't all the same. I did GCSE music, me.
Oh wow, mate.
They separate. This is when most people.
That is when
most people
know.
chose to leave the music education at year 9.
Only
DJ,
because-
DJ.
Come on.
Yeah, leave it at the sample deck. But except no, I decided that I would carry this on for some god unknown reason.
I never got on with music.
And I loved it. I did absolutely love it.
Yeah. Did you make anything or do anything?
What, music?
No.
What? Yeah, you had to.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I have any of it anymore.
Did you compose the next Beethoven Symphony No. 9?
Definitely not, no.
I hope you did.
As I didn't have that ability to, like... I didn't have that thing where I couldn't hear it in my head. I could hear what I wanted in my head, but I couldn't tell somebody how to do it in a musical note.
Mm.
So I never reached those dizzy heights.
You never reached Hans Zimmer level of ability.
No, I didn't. Sorry, I've just found the thing I remembered. This is what I wanted. Yeah. This was
Everybody around our age knows what that is.
Yeah.
I had a keyboard that did that.
Yeah, I think every keyboard has it.
DJ. Dictionary.
DJ was banned.
Yeah,
DJ was
banned.
like viciously outlawed, the
banned.
DJ button.
Yeah.
I remember we used to feel we were being really rebellious. If you in music, you used to have to go and play on the keyboards for like 20 minutes and play the piece that you had to be doing.
That's right, yeah.
Then they'd go around the room and make everybody play it.
Yeah.
Which is pretty full on thinking
Terrible.
about it, actually.
Yeah.
It was quite
You
hard.
had to go and write something and then
go
play
and
it.
compose something.
Which
We
was
used
so
to use the
stupid.
recording function.
Yes.
on
yeah,
the
they did have it,
keyboards.
yeah. And play it back.
It's like Hacker Man there. Killing it. Recording 2 parts. Yes. Oh, yeah. Loved it. Yeah, but I loved music. And then up until recently I had a slightly weird thing where essentially if you give certain families of drugs that we use as antibiotics, if you give too much of it, it damages your ears.
Mm-hmm.
And you're tested all
And
the
your
time to
sight,
have...
can't it?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if these ones do your sight, but it's quite a well-known side effect. Essentially, you get checked for your levels all the time, but maybe, who knows, whatever happened, either way around, my hearing went weird, and it has never returned. So I'm not quite as, I struggle nowadays. I can't listen to 2 things at once. I lose, it just all turns to mush. Whereas before, I used to be able to listen to loads of things at once, and it would all come through. But yeah, my hearing thing, when you say it out loud, it's quite alarming. When you actually look back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's more scary to say out loud than is difficult to live with. It sounds much more dramatic than it is. But anyway, no, it has, yeah.
Well, I think I screwed my hearing up as a teenager listening to music too loudly. Because now I can't listen to music quietly. I hate it. It's like, it irritates me to listen to music too quietly.
Did you used to listen to the music so loud that it was like making your ears itch?
It was max. It was always max.
Nowadays Max is soft though because they've all got limiters on them.
Turn that off.
Yeah, but even if you turn it off,
It
still
came
soft.
up with a warning once on my phone saying, "You are listening to music very loud. Are you sure you want to, or whatever? I don't remember what the message was. Untick.
So you kept it on.
Untick that one.
Kept it flat out.
Keep it at flat out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I was listening to, but it was very loud.
But if you're using it in the car and stuff, you have to have it on flat out to have it to make the signals work properly.
Yeah, you do.
And all sorts. So anyway, they can keep their cherry out.
Keep their protection shit.
Yeah, but anyway, no, there's a European EU volume monitor thing on the iPhone. If you go in the settings, you can turn off your because when we did Brexit, I decided to untick the EU volume level. That was my big shun. The next morning, I woke up, turned off my EU volume limiter.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was I used to like that part of music, like listening to something, and you'd have to write down draw a line. So also you didn't have to write down the letters or the note letters, as in you could draw a line graph of the melody of the horns in this track or something. So if it went
I never
up
got
in
to
pitch or
that
down
level.
in pitch, and eventually after you do it a lot, you actually get really good at listening to music analytically.
I never got past.
But that was that was only GCSE music, but I loved it. I did absolutely.
I didn't get on with the music teachers.
They were all right.
Yeah, I didn't get on with them. Very
They still were the same as you're going to say that they were mean and they used to swear at you, but they used to do that throughout the whole of for all years, and it continued, and it only got worse as you were doing.
Yeah.
Doing GCSEs and stuff.
I don't know. Music was never my thing.
I guess it's not.
I wish it was, because I'd love to be able to be good at music.
But it was strange though, because I was in a class of like 9 who did it.
Yeah.
Which, when you contrast that to every
other.
other class that you were in, you went to geography with 35.
Yeah.
Suddenly being in a class of 9 was very.
I suppose actually, yeah, that would be
very
quite,
odd.
yeah,
Very odd.
yeah,
But I did.
beneficial, I suppose.
What do you mean?
Well, having a smaller class is always more beneficial, isn't it?
Yeah, it is beneficial, but then you break it down into who the people were, and when you realise that actually,
Well, half of them talented musicians.
no, 6 out of 9 had literally no hope.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then it was like,
Why were they doing it then?
because what else did you do?
What? Oh, right, okay, yeah.
It
fair
got
enough.
to that point, and when you sat down and I'm not going to do it, but if I listed off the people,
I would know.
you'd sit there and you'd be like, oh.
I think I know. I think
Oh.
I can think of some people who it might have been.
Yeah, exactly. And you'd be like, that's not an ideal group to be in, a group of 9 with.
Brian Fredericks, he was one of them, wasn't
Yeah, definitely Brian Fredericks. Wasn't he a scoundrel?
he? And Samuel Johnson.
Don't just need to make up names. don't do that.
It's funny because people we know will be thinking, who is
it's
that?
fake names. He's trolling you. He's trolling you. What are you doing?
Sorry, I'm distracted.
Yeah, he's breaking the mic stand.
No, I fixed it. It's fine.
Taking the spring off it.
No, it's okay. I fixed it. That I think you could sample and turn into something quite.
Do you want me to make you a musical masterpiece for next week?
Yeah. You're the musician. You're the one with the GCSE in music. Do this. Sample that and turn it into something.
Okay.
Go on, do it.
I can't do it now, but
Well,
I
no,
will.
obviously. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
How about I write the outro for next week?
Oh my god, yes. Write an outro with microphone springs.
There we go. The pressure's on, but then because now I've talked about my GCSE music, I suppose I better actually.
You've got to now. You've got to prove it. You've got to show that you are the next Hans Zimmer.
Am I allowed to use? Can I just use samples
No.
of all stuff around the house?
Yeah, okay, fine.
Because I can use my audio recorder.
Yeah, alright, fair enough. I'll let you do that. Wasn't there something else? Oh yeah, the beer pouring. Yeah, that's probably not that great.
No, I can.
We
yeah.
did that last week, didn't we?
I probably won't write a lyric. I probably won't write.
No, it
lyrics.
needs lyrics.
Does it need lyrics?
Yeah.
Do you need me to rap?
Yeah, rap.
Okay, I'll rap. I might as well destroy all my dignity in one go. Might
Yep.
as well just leave your dignity at the door and set it on fire.
Yep, do it. And we'll use that as our outro music, and you'll be the next pop sensation.
Yeah, and then we'll have a vote to see if we keep that as the outro music or we return back to. That comes under the public messages. Do 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 do. Yeah. But yeah, we kind of dead-ended
Stubbed.
ourselves there.
Yeah, we
stumped
stubbed,
ourselves
didn't we?
talking about that.
Weird, isn't it, how that happens sometimes? You just wind up. But do you do this with people as well when you're chatting? Do you find that conversation just kind of
What if you're at a pub?
ends?
Yeah, you just walk off, or you go for a wee, don't you?
I'm gonna go for a wee.
Or you just, should we get another drink?
Do you want another drink?
Do you want another drink?
Yeah, do you want another drink?
What are you drinking?
Wait, what? Oh, so you're into the ciders, are you? Yeah. No,
Do you like a Pilsner?
I'm more of an IPA man myself.
Yeah.
You start that conversation.
yeah, exactly. You start that.
All right, I'm gonna go and get a drink. Yeah, see you in a bit.
Yeah, or you do that one and the fade away, and you walk
Fade.
off.
Yeah, I'll see you later, Angus. Yeah, I'm just gonna go get a drink. All right, yeah, see you later.
Yeah, he says this as he opens the door and walks off. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that is a very interesting point. Well, you don't run out of steam with a normal conversation.
Well, you do sometimes. I think you do. Sometimes it happens, but you just. I think in a situation, you just kind of do something else.
But then
don't
there's
you?
not many times you force yourself to sit down with somebody, unless it's like your relatives. You don't sit down for half an hour.
Yeah, but
and then be
relatives,
like,
there's always things to talk about.
Really?
So, how's that friend of yours?
Yeah, see, there you go.
What's his name?
That's you.
You know that good friend
You're
of yours.
using that conversation because you've run out of the one before. So I've just proved my point.
Yeah, right. Fair enough.
Well done. You've played yourself.
Yeah, I have. But there's always something to talk about. Was my point. There's always some way you can get something into the conversation.
Even if you have to start talking about how that we don't have anything to talk about.
Well, yeah, it worked well for us, didn't it?
I don't know.
Well, I think it did.
It has to, but until you've now stopped.
Oh my god, man! Why have you done that?
Sorry, I'm coughing.
It's alright.
Quite a lot.
There are worse things to do.
What, like yawning?
There's worse things to do.
Don't mind me. Just having a quick stretch.
Cock.
It's been a tough day.
It has been a tough day.
It's quite late
I've
now.
been at work. Yeah, it's getting late, you know. It takes its toll on a 20-something-year-old.
20-something.
Yeah.
Not even willing to put your full age out.
I don't know what my full age is.
Do you know, that happened
That's
to me.
the problem.
That happened to me the other day.
20-something?
Yeah, somebody asked Mum and Dad when they were going to retire, and then we were trying to work out how old. What did your dad do for his 50th birthday? I was like, because my dad and I share a birthday. We have the same day, so that makes things very.
You're one of those rare
It's not that
people.
rare.
Must be rare.
Yeah, but if you think about it, it's not beyond
Is your
the
mum's
realms
birthday
of
9 months before your dad's birthday?
no. And
Have you done the backwards calculation yet?
Yeah, in my head then, and I'm clear. It's
Valentine's Day?
no,
Christmas Day?
no. Stop now.
Wedding anniversary?
Stop now. Stop. Right. Yeah. Now you've ruined me. You've taken me. You've destroyed me.
You're November, aren't you?
No, September.
Oh,
Well, that was it. We were
sake.
counting back, and we couldn't work out why.
January then.
Why?
New
No!
Year's Day.
George, just stop it. Stop it. Right. This is a mean game. This is a mean game. Right. We were talking about that, and I couldn't remember how old I was.
I do that all the time. People say, how old are you? Or, it comes up. I have no idea. 21, 2, 3?
But actually,
2?
really, I'm 52.
No idea.
In spirit, I'm about 52, I think.
Yeah, like I'm like a 50-year-old, but my brain or my heart works like a 16-year-old. I still feel 16, but I act like 50.
Yeah,
like
when
a
are you
moody
supposed
old
to
man.
stop? When are you supposed to stop finding poo jokes funny?
Never.
And
I don't think men do. Men are always boys, surely. I don't think I'm ever going to not be.
Because nowadays Facebook is just a steady stream of just nonsense
Shit
all
jokes?
day. Yeah, and those kind of things, and you scroll through it, and it's just like, I'm 22. I'm like going to be 23 years old, and I still would have. I'm finding this just as funny as when I was 14.
Yeah, I think that'll always be the case.
This video clip of a man blowing up a bonfire.
With petrol.
I'm still crying with laughter now.
Yeah, even though he had fifth degree burns.
There we go.
There's a tip for life, by the way. Never light a fire with petrol, ever. Just
it's
don't
fine.
do it.
It's absolutely fine. What you don't do is don't draw the trail of petrol like some sort of
movie star.
Yeah,
Just
don't draw like a little wick.
Don't do it.
In your head, you think, I'll be able to draw
Like
a
a
little thin
fuse.
line as a fuse and stand at the end of it.
Just
it goes along the fuse so fast and then
Yeah.
goes bang, and then
The
you're
trouble
probably
is-
stood 6 feet away.
The trouble with using petrol is it doesn't so much light, it
just
explodes because it's the
vapor.
that catches light. So if you've shoved a load of wood on top of a load of petrol, it's going to go bang and you're going to wind up with wood everywhere, bits of wood. So just don't do it.
It's fine, but it does get you fire lit, though.
Use paper or use solid fuel or something. Don't use petrol.
So boring. So boring.
Or if you're going to do it, only use a tiny amount. Or just use a can of WD-40 and make like a little flamethrower. That'll work.
Way more dangerous.
I know it is.
Yeah.
That's petrol too, basically.
Yeah, if the nozzle catches on fire and then it's just like...
Throw the can like a grenade
Yeah,
and
how
run.
did you get shards of WD-40 can lodged in your head? Well, following some advice from a friend, just thought we'd use it like a little flamethrower. To be fair, I did like the barbecue the other day with a can of Right Guard. We just...
Did it work?
Yes, it did.
Good.
Food smelt so good.
Yeah, I bet
Just,
it didn't.
It smelt of energy.
Of course it did.
Who gets the job of naming the fragrances?
This is something... Right, the other day I was buying some deodorant.
What were you buying? Lynx Africa?
No.
Definitely doesn't smell like Africa, does it?
Not Lynx Africa, no.
Chocolate? That
No,
smells like
Jesus, that's
one of the
just
worst things.
Lynx, let's just not talk about Lynx, because Lynx is terrible. It was...
Axe if you're from America.
Or anywhere in Europe as well. Or anywhere else in the world, I think.
Mm.
Anyway, I was buying Sanex. I'm a roll-on man.
I had you down as a roll-on.
Yeah. I used to be a spray, and then I went to a music festival and took a roll-on, and then I realised how much better roll-on is, and I've stuck to roll-on ever since. But I bought Sanex the other day, right? And they had 2 available, okay? One was called Stress Response, right? And one was called Active Response, all right?
Yep.
Looked at all the branding, right? That was the only thing that was different.
Were they both in pink bottles?
No, they weren't pink. They were blue. Okay, just to hit some gender stereotypes, right? They put them in blue rather than
I always thought roll-ons were for girls.
No.
I genuinely did.
No, not at all. Much easier to take on a plane. But anyway, you'd have to buy a stupid tiny little one just for your plane. But anyway, so one was called Active Response, one was called Stress Response, or Protection or whatever. Anyway, exactly the same branding, apart from that one word that was different. Okay.
Did they smell the same?
Right. Pop them open, have a whiff. Yeah, it's quite nice. Put the other one. It's the same thing. Same smell, same thing. And I thought, okay, am I more active or more stressy? I'm more stressy. I'm going to go for the stress one.
Yes!
I went for the Stress Response one.
No, you were saying interestingly about not being able to take things on planes.
Yeah, well, yeah, roll-ons you just don't even have to worry about because they're under the size limit.
When we went to...
Full cans of aerosol are over the limit.
Yeah, don't worry about that. We went to Barcelona a while ago, as listeners to the podcast will have known. I went on a short breakaway. And to be fair, we didn't have very good communication between us, told us about what's going on. And we didn't really tell Andy up until the day before that we were only going with hand luggage, and he hadn't really clocked in his head.
He bought a suitcase.
When it wasn't a suitcase, it was like a one of those suitcases
like
the right size. No, it's like the size.
Oh, like a mini suitcase.
Yeah, it's like a small suitcase. We're only going for 3 days, so it was like 4 days. So it was spot on.
Mini suitcase.
But what I mean is, he hadn't considered the fact that he was only going to be allowed to take hand luggage things,
liquids.
So we arrive in Barcelona, and he starts unpacking the bag, and it's like, Andy, why have you got that stapler? Andy, why have you got that big can of Lynx? And he's like, how did you get this through hand luggage? And he had
Why did he have a stapler? Can we go for that first?
I can't Actually, I'm going to stand as a protection for him here. I cannot disclose. He needed to do some work. There we go. I'll leave it at that. That's why he had a stapler with him.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
Then
he got a stapler through customs.
Yeah, and a big can of deodorant. So he obviously put it through the scanner, and they thought, "Oh, this lad, he looks alright with the big."
Yeah,
can of deodorant.
I bet they do. Yeah, I bet they check. He's not.
My dad got caught out in Nice airport with a big can of deodorant. He had to sign paperwork, and I thought they were going to take a photo of his. Thought they were going to take a photo of his face and say, "Never coming back through here again." He was treated like some sort of full criminal because he had a big can of Lynx in his bag. No, not Lynx. It would have been Right Guard. He's a man, not a child.
Yeah, he's a Right Guard man.
He's not on my first
my
deodorants
father's the
anymore.
same. He's a Right Guard man.
Yeah,
always has been, always will be.
I use Right Guard.
I used to use Right Guard. Although I still do, but sometimes roll on.
Do you know what? I might try roll on for you.
Actually, I've always thought it's better because the thing that always annoyed me with deodorant is because I get ready in my room. I don't get ready. Lots of people get ready in the bathroom. I get ready in my room. If you spray deodorant, you just wind up with these bits of dust everywhere, and it makes your room and your whole room stinks of it. I can't be bothered.
Yeah, I breathe it in and then die.
Well, there you go. See, there's a reason to use roll-on. Not the solid ones though. They're right? Okay, this is where I'm drawing the line because for men they do solid deodorants. Solid deodorant, right? Once I needed it.
What do you have to do? File a bit off and rub it in.
It's like a bar of soap, right? And I don't know if you've ever tried to rub a bar of soap on your dry skin.
What, a dry soap?
It doesn't work.
It's so grippy.
It doesn't
It feels like it's giving yourself a Chinese burn.
So this hard roll-on deodorant, solid roll-on deodorant, just did nothing. It just, pulled the hairs out of my armpit. Fucking useless. Why do that for men? Why? It's not going to work. For women, it probably works because a lot of women shave. But for men, stupid.
I didn't realise you had such formed and
I'm old now.
extreme opinions.
Had many years of deodorant experience.
Good job you chose the stress one, turns out. As you said, it has confirmed to us tonight that your stress deodorant was the one to have.
It was the one to pick, yeah.
The other one that starts to get me on this is 24-hour protection.
Oh man, and 48 hours.
48.
Oh my god!
I
looked
have one
at that this
upstairs
morning.
that's 96 hours.
It's trash. I was looking at it this morning and it said 48, and I fuck off. No, it isn't. 48
quick
hours.
This. Psst, 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 psst. 4 days
4
later.
days.
Right, go on, boys.
Still don't smell. Great.
Yeah. You'd be humming.
Terrible. Do you know my biggest bugbear with the antiperspirant deodorant?
What?
They're not antiperspirant.
No, they just don't work.
They don't. They do not stop you sweating. It's
just
interesting
don't.
Though,
right? We've sort of made a rod for our own backs with sweat, right? Body odor is one thing, and that is a bit unpleasant.
It is unpleasant.
But sometimes, like people can sweat but not smell.
Yeah, they do.
Or sometimes if you put deodorant on, you sweat and then you just smell of. Essentially, the smell of the stuff gets released. You just smell stronger of your.
But the BO's on your clothes.
Yeah.
BO forms on the clothes. BO will never form on you.
No.
Only on the clothes, but it transfers to you, doesn't it?
Our culture has made a rod for its own back by thinking that, like, obviously not by being perspiration being like something that we shouldn't have. If you see what I mean?
Even
for
though,
no reason. When we actually designed to sweat to cool us down.
I know.
So we're trying to actually boil our own armpits by blocking them.
Trying to avoid the smell.
I understand the smell isn't.
But we should just be topless. Problem solved.
No, that's unrealistic. You get cold.
It would solve the problem, though.
Like on the tube the other day, you have to hold onto the handrail thing above your thing, and every single person down the line's got big fat sweat patches on, but everybody does
because it's human.
Because and nobody bats an eyelid, and you're like, do you know what? This is quite nice. I'm going to get my sweat patches out. Boom.
Join the community.
Sometimes it absolutely stinks, and you want to like.
So this is what I was thinking the other day
mouth,
about films and programs like The Walking Dead. Everyone must stink, like proper hum. Seriously,
if everybody stunk, you wouldn't. Would you start?
But here's the question: so, if everybody was the same, would we just tone it out? Would it be something we didn't even notice?
No, because I still think we would have washed.
Yeah, but probably not regularly enough.
Yeah, but when you did wash, then you would smell of nothing, or you'd smell different, and you'd be like, "Oh, I smell different."
Yeah, I suppose you would. You'd spot the difference, wouldn't you?
The differential would be the defining factor. That's just me.
Probably right.
Playing a hypothesis.
But what about like Elizabethan times?
They must have absolutely bloody stunk. Think about it. They used to wear like 15 gowns and go dancing every night and all those things. And they couldn't wash that. They didn't have Persil. There was no Persil non-bio. There was no Persil non-bio in those days. No, the whites were definitely not white. Everything was cream, wasn't it? Notice it. They had that cream.
Ivory, Angus. Ivory.
An ivory ruffle round their neck to go to the dance where they'd be allowed to do that weird dance. They'd only put their palms together. You know exactly what I mean.
I do know what you mean.
And listening to like weird music with harpsichord and
the harpsichord,
which is a very odd instrument.
Very strange.
But it's a very defined era.
A good instrument, not as good as the hurdy-gurdy.
We don't just need to start calling out weird instruments.
I love the hurdy-gurdy. It's amazing.
Nobody loves the hurdy-gurdy.
I love the hurdy-gurdy.
No, some people have a slight more affiliation to the hurdy-gurdy, but nobody loves
I love the hurdy-gurdy. I do. I love it. It's a great instrument. It's like a mixture between a string instrument and bagpipes.
Let me find
a sample. It's used in the Black Sails theme tune. If anyone's watched Black Sails, it's a really good TV show.
Nobody could love this.
I do.
Not even the guy playing it, Matthias Leubner. Not even his mother loves
Great
that.
instrument. Play the first 10 seconds of the Black Sails theme tune by Bear McCreary. Not that it matters. It's proper good. This is the hurdy-gurdy. And then it kicks in more.
Yeah, it's just very...
It's like a sea shanty, isn't
typical of the sea shanty. But exactly. That's one of those things that nobody actually likes.
I like it.
That instrument.
I like it.
It's a bit like I question whether anybody actually I question that anybody actually truly likes the sound of the bagpipe.
I love the bagpipes.
Do you know what? I could have predicted that you'd have sat there and said you love the bagpipe.
I actually do love the bagpipes, especially when you're in Edinburgh. If you've ever been to Edinburgh...
Okay, I can fall in love with the romance of being in the same place.
Been there, and there's a bloke there, and he's going on
the
these
at the
pipes,
end of the Royal Mile.
And it's like, oh, yes!
Yeah.
But perfect. No, I like the bagpipes. They're good. I mean, you can't... That's not something you can sort of blare through the house. You know, it's something that you just sort of like hear, and you're like, I like the bagpipes. Yeah, they're good.
You're not going to go home, or you're not going to go pop in the car to work and turn
listen
on...
to...
Because that's the bit that nobody likes. It's that... It's like the droney part of it is the bit that splits you.
Well, that sort of stays... It's like a bass line. It stays all throughout the playing. It's always there, isn't it?
And that's why it's really... That's why
Same
it's
as the
quite
hurdy-gurdy.
difficult to play, because you have to keep... You blow... Your blowing is to inflate the bag.
Yeah, you
it's
blow and you play
with
the bag, don't you?
Yeah, the blowing is literally just filling up the bag all the time.
Yeah,
it's
and
not,
you play with the bag.
with your armpit, essentially.
Yeah, it's similar to the harpsichord, actually.
Do you reckon those you know, like those tartan covers they have on the bagpipes? Do you reckon they start to smell of BO after a while?
Oh my god, no, because they use Sanex roll-on, mate.
Is that what they have to use?
Active Protect.
So do you think the action of doing the wing would fall under their active?
Yes, definitely.
As opposed to the stress of being in front of the crowd.
Definitely.
Or
you want Active Protect there.
Maybe just use Active Protect under the right arm.
Stress on the other.
Stress on the other.
Hope he doesn't get it the wrong way around.
Well, he's not. He's only going to play the pipe one way, isn't he?
Exactly.
He's not going to swap.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. Do you have a left-handed bagpipe? Is that a bit like going and sending somebody for a left-handed screwdriver?
You know, Jimi Hendrix was left-handed.
And he used to play a right-handed guitar upside down.
He did.
That's 'cause
he learnt to play upside down.
Well, no, they just used to string the neck. They
did string it off, but he learnt upside down, and then they stringed it the other way around. But he got given a left-handed guitar by Eric Clapton the day he died.
How did he die?
Drugs, I think.
Boring.
Or alcohol. I think it was drugs.
Yeah.
It was I don't think it wasn't intentional. It was accidental. I think it was like a couple of days before or something. Eric Clapton gave him his guitar.
But he always used to play with the guitar with the headstock upside down.
Anyway. Yeah, you could always see the headstock was upside down. Yeah, it was.
He did it out of habit, or they used to have. Obviously, by that point, he used to have guitars made and used to play them.
Yeah,
for
I
other
don't think
people.
he ever
maybe
got that
big.
big.
A signature thing, but
I don't think he ever got big enough.
Well, he obviously got, or maybe did he become big post?
Yeah, post-mortem.
Post-mortem. That's always a shame when that happens.
Yeah,
it does happen.
It does. Yeah, it kind of immortalizes, like Nirvana.
I think they were still pretty big at the time.
They were, but would they be as big? As widely known? Because as someone we know, Tom, he said this before. He said, he always wonders, would Nirvana and would Dave Grohl be who he is now?
Well, no, because the Foo Fighters wouldn't have happened.
Exactly.
And then rock music would have been totally different if you go back like that. But no, because Nirvana did some things at the time that were like, the way they wrote their rock tunes were totally different to anybody else.
Yeah, it's true.
At the time, what they were doing was extremely unique and quite cool.
Grunge, it was the beginning of grunge, wasn't it?
Yeah, they did something
maybe
to do
not
with...
the beginning, but certainly...
Something to do with the way they were writing choruses quieter than verses or something. They were the first people... I remember watching on those BBC documentaries on top 10 greatest guitarists or top 10 rock music... No, Let's Build a Band or something, and you had to choose the best guitarist, the best drummer, the best bassist.
Dave Grohl, obviously, the best drummer alive.
Yeah, well, you picked around all those things. And they obviously... can't remember... I'm not starting some war with you about who's those things, but they did mention...
I think he's one of the best... I think he's certainly one of the best, most well-known drummers around.
Yeah.
I don't know if he is, but I'm sure that there's some obscure guy that no one really knows who's better, but...
His musicianship as well.
Yeah.
As a songwriter,
he's
guitarist.
Really good, yeah.
It must be kind of frustrating for him. A bit like Nicole Scherzinger in Pussycat Dolls, right? Where she basically...
Where are you taking this?
She did all the work, man. She was the main singer. Basically, all the other girls might as well have not taken a microphone to stage.
She's American, isn't she?
Yeah.
I hate her.
Okay, you can.
Do you know why?
Why?
There's only one reason.
Why?
Like, I'm sure she's fantastic. I'm sure she's great. I'm sure she's lovely.
Take my word
but I hate her for one reason and one reason only.
Why?
Okay, so she does the Muller adverts.
Yeah, I like the Muller adverts.
Yeah, all right, fine. Good Muller. Yeah, fine. Yeah, okay,
Big
good
yogurt
adverts.
fan.
Anyway, right? Freaking for the Olympics, Team GB.
Oh yeah,
she was
did.
like, "I'm with Britain." It's like, you're American.
Well, so you've really
I hate her now because of that.
Okay.
Because she's clearly just been paid a crap ton of money by Muller to be in those adverts.
I did say this the other day. It would have been a crap ton of money, and also, but it wouldn't have ever been. It's not money she needs.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't understand the point of why she's even bothering to do.
Stupid.
Maybe she really loves yogurt because
maybe they're paying her in yogurt. Maybe she only likes the corner bits, and they're paying her in the corners.
She's just eating the tipped-in corners. So she doesn't actually eat the yogurt. She just eats the toffee.
Well, yogurt's too fattening, isn't it? So you
can get 0% Greek now, mate.
Oh yeah.
Not seeing the advert she does for it.
Oh my god!
If I go back on point on Nicole Scherzinger here.
Yeah, right. Sorry.
There was like 5 Pussycat Dolls, maybe.
Was there?
Okay.
I knew the blonde one.
Yeah, and she does like some TV.
She did something else, didn't she? But the others, I couldn't.
The others
pick
have
out
gone.
a crowd.
No, I literally couldn't tell you who the hell they are.
She was in acting. That's right. She was in St. Trinian's. Not that I watched it.
There we go. Back. See, essentially, she did nothing. But the way it would have worked, the money was split in fifths.
Yeah, but was it?
Well, they're not going to sign up to be. Well, really, I only do the dancing, so I'm going to get 2%.
Well, maybe they did.
No, they're not. It would have been equal fifths down the middle. She was getting mugged off. I can't remember how.
She was in Cats, wasn't
she? That was it. She was pulling all the weight of Pussycat Dolls. That was how we started this. Dave Grohl pulls all the Foo Fighters.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's how this got merged.
Wasn't she in Cats, in David Lloyd Webber's Cats?
Andrew
in the West End.
Webber.
Sorry, Andrew. What did I say?
David.
Who the fuck is he?
He doesn't exist.
On the West End Cats, which I always thought was hilarious because she's in the Pussycat Dolls.
She also looks a bit like a cat. Like, no, she doesn't. She's a catty. Don't know where I'm going with
I'm not keen.
Her face is like kind of feline. I don't. Her voice annoys me though. I think she's alright. And her solo stuff was horrible.
Yeah, I didn't rate it.
I know
I'm sure she's lovely though.
A lovely person.
She was with
Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, see, I don't like him.
No.
I think he's a knob.
Yeah, I think he's a knob, but he's
I don't know why.
Fantastic race driver.
He's yeah.
Nah,
he's not the best, but he's very good. It just makes me wonder how. It makes me wonder how he's fallen out with everyone. Surely all those other people can't be knobs. It must be him.
Yeah.
Falling out with Vettel. Falling out with Alonso.
No, you have to remember they're all like the biggest characters.
Falling out with what's the other guy's name? Not Vettel, the other one.
They're big characters in those.
Australian one, Webber. Fell out with him.
They're and they all think they're right. They're not used to being told they're wrong very often. Racing drivers.
Yeah, but Vettel, he's great. He's lovely.
They're not very good at being wrong.
No, I'm sure, but
and they're extremely competitive and not actually. All of them are actually not. They're all quite like challenge. They're all quite big personalities.
Mm.
They're all quite challenging people.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know.
You can't realistically put that many big people in a room and make them race around a track.
But
and put them in controversial
even Lauda had a little bit of an issue with him. And Lauda is a professional, a true professional.
Niki Lauda's opinions of him at Mercedes. Sorry, this has gone really deep Formula 1.
Yeah,
I don't really understand what's gone on at Mercedes Formula 1 with Lewis Hamilton being a much better driver than Rosberg. Like identical cars, and you put them in it, and there's one winner, as proven. But Niki Lauda still sits there and backs Rosberg.
Why? And Lauda knows what he's talking about.
The only two things, they're two Germans, but at the end of the day, Formula 1 is about winning.
Nah, I don't think it's because he's German.
Yeah, that's why.
I don't think Lauda's like that.
It's clutching at straws, isn't it? It's a German team with a
I think
German
Lauda just
driver.
knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, but it's all about winning at the end of the day. And you can't fault.
I suppose you can't fault the character.
You can't fault that if at the end if
True.
he goes and just keeps winning.
I think he's just a dick, and no one likes him in the industry.
He's going to release some music soon. That'll be worth a laugh, I think.
Crikey!
Prepare your headphones, everybody.
Nope.
Is that the bombshell we have to end?
I think that's the bombshell. Sticking with the car theme. On that bombshell.
Well, that'll start soon, won't it? That new
Grand Tour.
The Grand Tour.
Yeah, it's coming out soon. August.
They keep saying autumn.
Yeah,
so
autumn.
And we're nearly in September, which is officially
It'll
autumn.
be October time, won't it?
That's late autumn.
Yeah, it'll be October time. Early
Quite
October.
excited. I think it'll be quite good.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Actually,
cool.
interestingly, they carry on.
They finished filming now.
Yeah, they carry on uploading like 1 minute previews of them
Snippets.
talking on their like Twitter and whatever. And there was one the other day where they were talking to James May in a car park about him going in driving a race car, and he got in. And obviously, a racing car, you take the wheel off.
So you can fit.
Yeah, and he pulled off in this Honda race car, and then he realised he didn't have the wheel attached.
Such a James May thing to do.
And the interesting thing was that 1 minute of them talking in 3 men in a car park was more compelling than most of, minus the Chris Harris films from Top Gear, who he is a legend. Who is a legend who can do no wrong.
Yeah.
All of the stuff with the other rest of the teams, other than the Chris Harris car films. There was more charisma in a car park chat about them driving off with a wheel not on than that. That's just and I tried to stick with Top Gear, but it just wasn't happening.
No, I know, I was the same.
I've messed this up big time.
Volume.
Yes, we continue with music. That concludes the personal messages. We continue with music.
I had it muted. You never see me so flustered as that.
That was brilliant. I wish we had recorded that.
What you mean? You mean we haven't recorded the whole podcast?
Crap.
Right.
I didn't press the button.
We started at
The Japanese man.
the Japanese massage chair user who got locked in a shop.
And wound up talking about Top Gear and Formula 1.
Yeah, Formula 1, and we talked about roll-on deodorant for a while.
Roll-on deodorant, Stress Protect, Music GCSE.
Music GCSE.
Yeah.
I don't think we dropped anyone in it this week.
No, didn't drop anyone in it, which makes a nice change.
Yeah, normally we say something that drops somebody in it. But oh no, we did. You dropped yourself in it when you explained in depth how to break into your own home.
I think we should cut that.
What, do you just want me to do a really long beep? Just bleep it out.
Maybe we'll do that.
It's fine. Go on, bleep it out. Right. That.
He's Angus.
He's George.
Thanks for listening.
You can talk to us on Twitter or Facebook.
Please
and
do.
All those usual places. That's a lot of fun. And yeah, sometimes I get bored and write funny stuff on the Twitter and just link to funny news articles as well in the week. I see lots of things that are amusing.
Yeah.
So just treat it as like some sort of compilation of
Start of tennis.
Compilation of all the news stories that you wouldn't find anywhere else.
Yeah.
We're like a
Like
refuge.
a
A refuge for awful news. Not awful news. Only
interesting news.
Interesting or
crazy,
obscure news.
Obscure news.
Obscure news. Anyway, until next time.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. I think I made up for it with that fade.
That fade was amazing.
It's a smooth fade.
Smooth.